Welcome to the Elite Network. I'm Minnie Foxx. Now, I know 2008 is starting out to be great for everyone, but I have the business buzz for you today. What if I was to tell you that that dream car that you've been desiring, that you want, that you hope, that you think about all the time, you eat, live it, sleep it, well, that dream car can be yours here in 2008, because our special guest from our business category specializes in making your dream car dreams a reality. Please help me to welcome your auto butler. Did I say butler? I didn't say maid. I said butler. Your auto butler, Mr. KEDRICK TRIPP. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much for having me.
You know, I'm sure everyone's going, auto butler? Tell me what this is about this auto butler. Why didn't you say maid? What's the difference?
Well, you know, people can, the word butler is synonymous with serving. Mm-hmm. And your auto butler is here to serve the buying public as it pertains to purchasing a vehicle.
Well, what type of people would desire this elite service that you have to offer?
Well, people from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's in need of a car, whether it's a purchase or a lease, whether it's a new or used vehicle, basically anybody with a driver's license.
Okay. Well, let's say I got a driver's license.
Okay.
And I'm looking for, I don't know, let's say a Mercedes.
Good car.
They call it, a nice car. I want it black or leather interior.
Okay.
And of course I have to have the CD changer and all that. But the problem is maybe my credit is bad. Maybe
Okay.
I got some, things against me on the credit, a little bankruptcy that's maybe 6-7 years old. And
okay.
How would you be able to work with me to get me in that car?
Well, your auto butler has the insight to purchasing of vehicles. We have great relationships with hundreds of finance companies, and because of our automotive knowledge as well as our expertise, we're able to get you into vehicles based on our experience, knowing what the banks are looking for. You just explained something about a bankruptcy 6-7 years ago. That's pretty old. Mm-hmm. And so if you are in a position today that, obviously you're working and you're making a decent income, we as your auto butler will be able to place you into a vehicle by our expertise. Thus you would have never been able to do just coming off the street. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they will require you to put an enormous amount of money down just because you had a situation years ago. Okay. Well, we know the ins and outs and sort of the tricks and trades that sometimes dealerships use to get you to put down a tremendous amount of money.
Exactly what I'm feeling from you, and I want you to look in that camera over there because that's your camera. Look there so that ladies can get a nice little shot, fellas. Get a nice little shot. I want you to look there and say, I can make your dreams come true.
I can make your dreams come true at your auto butler.
Yes, you can. And one of the things, again, that I feel from you is your passion. As you're explaining what it is your business does, I feel passion in there. So obviously you're led and driven by something that's other than, hey, you need a car, I can get you the car, let me work it out for you. I feel something else there. What drives you and motivates you to do the things that you're doing? Well,
and thank you for asking me that question. What drives me every day is the fact that people work hard every day for their money. Mm-hmm. And they go to a dealership and they pay more than what they should for a vehicle. And I just have a passion for people, period. It has nothing to do with cars or a monthly payment. I just love people in general, and I love to see people happy. And so I have the opportunity to make people happy based on my company. What else drives me is I'm a firm believer in the Lord. Right. And I belong to a wonderful church in Orange County, which is we are directed by Reverend Mark Whitlock.
I've heard of him.
Who's
know him well. Yes.
Beautiful pastor. Mm-hmm. And a great leader. And so he gives me the spiritual side in order for me to continue every day with helping just your average everyday person looking to get in a vehicle at a decent price as well as a decent monthly payment.
Okay. Now, going from let's talk about the monthly payments. You spoke earlier about a person, not myself, but I was giving you a scenario, that had a bankruptcy. Let's talk about the average person that is working, that can't afford, let's say they want a car no more than maybe $400 a month.
Okay.
They can handle that. Credit is okay, but never had anything major, never paid off anything, don't own any credit cards or anything like that. How would you get them in a car?
Well, they're considered a first-time buyer.
Okay.
We do have banks that deal with first-time buyers. We have a program called Credit Free. It's a wonderful program. It allows you to call in and give us some scenario about your situation without giving us your social security number or your date of birth. We can then, based on your history, based on what you've given us, give you an idea of where you would be monthly, as well as where you would be in terms of a down payment. We have a finance screen, which is the same finance software programs that the dealerships use that aren't willing to just sit down with you and go over these payments. They usually want to run your credit and get all the information. With this program, we use it for the good. We can talk to you about your situation, put it in the computer, say, hey, based on 400, this is what you would be approved for as far as the amount financing. This probably will be about your interest rate, and we're usually within $10, $15 of that payment.
Okay. Now, you said that it's for everybody. Everybody, anybody. You heard him say that. We talked about the middleman, the man a little lower. Let's talk about the celebrity. How does this work for the celebrity? As we know, celebrities are always catered to. You know, they have the limos, they got the maids, they got people following around, security guards and all that. Now, some of them may think, I don't need this service. I can just go and put my money down and get a car and walk away and be done with it. However, you do need your auto butler. Tell them why.
Well, the reason why you need your auto butler, and first of all, these movie stars and these athletes, I'm sure they already have butlers, and so they kind of understand the concept. My philosophy on someone like a movie star with a lot of money is basically just because you have all the money doesn't mean you need to spend all the money.
Okay.
And so we are here to cater to you as in terms of how you've already been catered to basically in your career. We'll do all the work, all the research. We'll report back to you with our findings. And if you're in agreement with those, we will then have the dealership or one of our personnel deliver the car to your house or to on set, or if you're in New York, wherever you may be.
Okay. Wow. Well, I have one more question.
Okay.
Before we go to break. Does it make a difference whether it's a man or a woman that goes into a dealership, whether the treatment is different for them? You get a better deal if you're a man, you get a worse deal if you're a woman. What's your opinion on that?
Well, you know, we have a program called Women with Wheels. It's a great program, and let me just give you some statistics. Studies show that 75% of the cars that are purchased in the United States are either to or influenced by a woman. Therefore, the color of money is green, whether it's from a man or a woman.
Like this color?
Exactly.
Okay.
And so, based on that, it doesn't matter what gender you are, you're going to get a great price. And women actually love our program because they absolutely do anything, and we get them exactly what they're looking for.
Okay. Now, because you said your service is for everyone, we've covered the women, we've covered the men, we've covered the upper man, the middle man, the man that has it all. What about a teenager that just graduated from school? Is there a certain plan that you can help them with to get in their first car?
Well, there are certain situations that we can help a teenager just graduating from high school with a driver's license, obviously, get into a vehicle. Now, will they be able to come right out of high school and purchase a $100,000 car? No. They actually have to have a job and make some decent income. Decent income could be possibly $1,600 a month. If they wanted something above and beyond, then they would have to look for what we call a cosigner. Okay. But there are instances and situations that we can get a first-time buyer into a car with no cosigner.
Well, you got a lot of information. I think that your auto butler will be needed by all of Los Angeles, abroad. Now, we have a certain area that we air to, and I am hoping that by having you on the show today, you are opening a whole new world, a whole new insight about the automotive business.
Exactly.
And I know something about them. We didn't just bring them on to say anything. We know that you were once a car salesman.
Yes.
Yes, you were.
Yes.
And can you tell our audience a little bit about what that was like and what sprung you into being who you are today?
Great question. Thank you very much. I started in the car business over 17 years ago as just a car salesman.
Okay.
And
in 17 years, we're going to be right back in a few minutes after we give you the special elite announcement, PSA. Enjoy.
Why I hold fast and how I maintain higher ground. And I've taught the young girls how to walk and talk and be ladies, and the young men to be strong and understanding. I've laughed and I've cried with the children, so I'm here to tell you that joy comes in the morning. The power is within. You grab hold and you maintain higher ground.
Let's give it up for Minnie Foxx.
I am a product of women, thousands of women with courage, courage, courage.
I am somebody.
Hey, it's Minnie Foxx. We're back with the Elite Network with our special guest today, KEDRICK, your auto butler. Before we went to break, we were talking about over 20 years of experience in the automotive business. So we're going to pick your brain and hear all the wonderful things that you've done, at least in the past the past 16 years in short. Okay. What have you been doing to bring you to where you are today?
Well, as I was stated before, I started in the car business as a salesperson. My job was to find someone who wanted to test drive a car and then finish the test drive and walk them into the showroom floor where another senior salesman would take over the loan and start the process of purchasing or leasing of a vehicle.
Would they make all the money?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I graduated up to that position and moved into management position where my job was to get the most money on the table and get the most out of the deal, ensuring that the dealership made the most money on each and every deal that came through its doors. And as the years went on, I started to develop more of a conscience, so to speak. I cared about people, and we were making a lot of money, and people didn't have a lot of money. And so I said to myself, there's got to be a way that I can help people get into a vehicle where it's a win-win situation for everyone, not just the dealership. And I am in no way trying to badmouth any dealerships, because there are a lot of great dealerships out there that care. But there are some that, you know, they want to make all the money.
But your auto butler is what I see as an assistant to the dealerships, because you can develop a relationship which makes it better for the consumer, and you can work together actually.
Exactly. We're here, you know, we don't work for any particular dealership. We are a separate entity. We are for the people, but we are letting the dealerships know that we are going to limit how much money you make based on the deal. And so with that, dealerships actually like us because we're able to help them move inventory quickly. And so they don't really have a problem with us. They know they're not going to make a lot of money though.
Okay. How did you come up with the name Your Auto Butler? Where'd it come from?
Well, I was at a networking event and I was talking to someone about vehicles. And at the end of the conversation, that person said to me, you know, you're like a butler. And I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, I'm like a butler. I'm your auto butler.
Okay.
And that's thus the name Your Auto Butler.
And so therefore you sent that person a little commission once the business got off the ground a little bit. Thank you cards and flowers or something.
Yes.
Now, we know in your auto business and your ministry business, whatever your business is, you don't stand alone. And every man has a dream team. Tell us about your dream team.
Well, my dream team consists of some great people. We have a Spanish division. We have an entertainment division. We have a a marketing director that is out pushing for us, getting us out there as much as possible. We just have a great bunch of people. You know, people see me, but it's my team that's really out there making it happen. And so I'd like to give, you know, as much congratulatory hand claps as I get to my team, because without them, you know, I would just be one guy trying to service, you know, the whole United States. So great team. Kudos to you guys. You're doing a great job. And that's pretty much it.
Now, in your auto butler business, is there room for careers for people that may be interested in this new wave that you're giving Los Angeles?
Yes, we do have positions available with your auto butler in terms of sales. We can teach you with no sales experience how to gain automotive knowledge quickly. We teach you how to network. We teach you how to get out there and get into events and pass out cards. And it's a great business, and you know, with time under your belt, it pays well.
What would you say to a young person about the age of 20, maybe their first year in college, that's kind of struggling a little bit? They have a scholarship, maybe they got a sports scholarship, and they needed the job. Would you tell them what it's like a little bit, how that customer service works, and how they could in turn make money to help them, you know, build their college careers?
Yes, we do have part-time positions available as well. Basically, if you shop, if you go to a basketball game, if you're a college student, you go to basketball games, you go to football games, you shop for groceries, wherever you may be, there's always going to be people. And so we teach you how the ability to develop a short 3-minute relationship with someone, pass them a business card, and give them some informative information about your auto butler, and then thus they would go on and visit, you know, us online and take a look at what we have to offer. And people usually get excited when they see what we have to offer. We would then take the deal in, we would close the deal, making sure the client's happy, thus paying the salesperson their commission.
Okay. Now, is there a limitation to the type of automotive cars that you have available? Are they, you know, just BMWs, all the high-end cars, Mercedes, Jaguars, Rolls Royces? Do you have Fords? Do you have Escalades? Do you have the TP Cruisers? Give us an insight, a little bit of what some of those cars are.
Well, you know, we can do any make, any model, whether it's new, used, purchase, or lease. I joke around with my friends, and some people ask me, what kind of cars can you do? And I tell them we can do from Pintos to Bentleys.
Okay.
And so, in anything in between. So, you don't, if you want a Mercedes, if you want a Toyota, an Altima, we're here for you. Any make, any model.
Well, I understand, too, that you are a family man.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your family and how they drive? You know, every successful man has a good woman on their back, right? So tell us about your woman that has your back.
Well, I want to say also that beside every good man, beside every good man is a good woman, not behind. My wife, Terrell Trapp, hey babe, she's a great woman. I've been with her for 12 years. We've been married 12 years.
Wonderful.
I actually sold her a car. That's how I met her.
Isn't that something?
And so I thought I was a great salesman, but then I started realizing when I was making the payments,
you making payments on the car?
she was the good salesperson.
Okay.
And so we have lovely kids, KEDRICK the third. We have Tyler, my beautiful daughter. We have Victoria, who is 16, and we have Jasmine, my stepdaughter.
Wow,
and
okay.
so it's a great family, you know, looking at them every day before I leave the house, before I drop my kids off at school, because I still do the parental things, you
Wonderful.
know. I drop them off. I don't always get a chance to pick them up, but I make it a habit to drop my kids off every morning and tell them that I love them very much before I start my day. So a great family that just drives me every day.
That's very much needed, because a lot of our kids today, as you all may or may not know, many of them are our new homeless people. They are our new gang members. How having someone that cares and adores and loves you is greatly needed. And if you don't have it, find someone that can give that to you. Your parental passion for your family is really wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Now, I do know when you're doing that, there's times that you're very stressed out. There's times that, you know, the family is always first. But there's times that because of the business and the stress that it can bring, you sometimes have to separate the family from the business and prioritize. How do you do that?
Sometimes it can be difficult. There are days that I leave early, dropping my kids off, knowing that maybe when I get back home they'll be asleep. And so with the help of my pastor, Pastor Whitlock, who is mentoring me and teaching me the values of family and business and how to separate my time between the two. And so it can be difficult. It is a work in progress. I have by no means mastered it, but I'm working at it.
I think that by any means necessary, whenever you bring up Pastor Whitlock, it always brings a smile to my face because I know some of his history. He's a wonderful pastor. He's indeed a wonderful father, and he is a person that has vision, and he can touch something and it just flourishes like you just poured water on it and it just kept growing. He's so wonderful at that. I do want to let everyone know the name of the church, COR Church, and it stands for
Christ Our Redeemer.
Christ Our Redeemer, and they are in Irvine. Go out there and visit the church and fellowship with them. I wanted to, at this time, give a little shout out to our past guests that we've had on our show that have made the show what it is.
Right.
Okay, and we're going to start with you because after today you will be a past guest.
Okay.
With your Otto Butler. We have had famed attorney Tom Mesereau, Zach the Tack Hewitt, who is a heavyweight boxer, songstress Ja Voice, the educator and conga player Marcus Tucker, and the fitness and nutrition guru Sam Bell of Sam Bell Fitness. My son is our network youth coordinator. He prides himself on that. He makes sure that Mommy picks people that will bring inspiration, motivation to the communities, and that you have great stories to come on our show to talk about.
Right.
We have an outreach program that we do where we work with young people. Our awareness is domestic violence and mentoring our youth.
Right.
So we're going to put that in your hands and challenge you to come to some of our events
Most
and help
definitely.
motivate and educate these young people. We have a Big Kids Summit coming up in April.
Okay.
And you get on stage and you tell them what it takes to be the Otto Butler, how you became who you are, what you are, and why you stand firm on what you believe in.
Okay.
Is there anything that you would just like to add or say to them? You know, you're talking to that little camera over there.
You know, I just want to say thank you very much for having me on your show. I am very grateful that you chose me to come on here and give you a little bit of information. I just want to end by saying that, you know, we are here for you, the buying public. We're here to make sure that you get an absolute fantastic deal. Any make, any model, new or used, regardless of good or challenge credit, we'd like for you to give us a call, and we'll let you know exactly what we can do in terms of your situation.
Well, he just summed up all that for me, so I guess what I will say to you at this point is that we're so excited that you were able to come.
Thank you so much.
I think our audiences will be inspired by what you are doing, because not only is the business you have a part of the community, it helps people, it motivates people, and today it educated you on more information about the automotive business.
Exactly.
Now, I would like for you to join us next time as we continue to bring the most intriguing people, spokespeople, dancers, singers, models, and exciting kids. As you know, I love to say that hope, faith, and prayer is your power within. You let that be your source, your guidance, and continue to do the great things that you're doing, because guess what? This is 2008 and everything will always be great. Make sure that you look at our credits at the end of the show and you will have the information to reach Mr. Trapp. And we just want to say, Otto Butler, hats off to you.
Thank you very much.
And blessings. Thank you so much for coming. It's been a